Ẹ wo èrò pọ̀. Alájà Koiki ẹ má bọ̀ mà. Ẹ wá jókòó báyìí. Alájà ẹ má bọ̀. Ẹ dìde mama o. Olúwa dá màmá sí ikú wa. Mama o. Olúwa dá màmá sí ikú wa.
Ẹ ṣe mọ́ mi ní ọjọ́ olórí. Ẹ̀rọ mi ti mọ́ mi wá ẹ̀. Láti mo wà ní ọ́fíìsì ẹ̀, mọ̀mọ́ wá mi wá. Wọ́n sọ fún àwọn ọlọ́pàá wọn ní ẹ̀yìn ọlọ́pàá. Mọ́ mi gẹ́gẹ́ tó yí àbúrò yá mi. Ẹ̀kọ́ àbúrò kó fẹ́ wá kí mi. Mọ̀mọ́ wá dé. Láti mọ̀mọ́ ó dé, mọ̀ fún mi ní £500. Àwọn ọlọ́pàá yẹn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí pàtàkì àrẹ lówó lọ́wọ́. Mọ̀mọ́ wá ní wọ́n sunkún wọn ni wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀. Wọ́n á ha owó fún àwọn ọlọ́pàá nígbà tó jẹ́ ẹ̀mí ẹ̀sánú àwọn ọlọ́pàá ní ọ̀kadà. Ó ti lo oṣù mẹ́fà pẹ̀lú ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ tó so mẹ́fà. Wọ́n wá ṣàdúrà. Wọ́n ní wíwá kan wá nígbà táwọn bá máa padà wá bá mi ní orílẹ̀ ọ̀dọ̀ mi máa wà. Wọ́n ṣàdúrà. Ẹnì bí wọ́n pé nígbà tí mo máa padà wá lẹ́yìn oṣù méjì ní ẹ̀bà. Àwọn akúnilẹ̀ wọ́n kò tẹ̀lé ra tíkẹ̀tì wọ́n náà ń bọ̀ wọ́n ti bọ̀ bàbá mi lọ. Láwọn ọmọ arúgbó kan tí mi nù wọ́n kẹ̀ dáwọ́ jọ ọjọ́ Sunday wọ́n ra tíkẹ̀tì wọ́n wà dé. Ya akíní kan ní fún ọ ní £100, ya ilé ní £50. Wọ́n bá mi kọ́lẹ̀ ya kọ́lọ̀ jẹ́ kẹ́mi wọ́n kú kọ́lọ̀ jẹ́ mi wọ́n kú bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọ́n mú mi lórí ní ìlànà gbogbo ẹ̀yà tẹ̀ ló ti lọ́rọ̀ tó kà mọ́. Olùdíje bàbá ti máa ń retí pé ọ̀rọ̀ mi máa ń pọ̀ ní ẹ̀yà kan bàbá mi wọ̀. Ọlọ́run kọ́ mọ̀ sí kàkà fún mi gan. Àti ìbá dìde lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá bẹ́ẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ náà sí. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àgbà bàbá mi ò ní à ń kí à ń sà ẹlẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ lóko. Alábísú gbọ́rọ̀gbọ́rọ̀ lóko. Àgbàdo kọ̀ọ̀kọ̀ lórí èrè. Wọ́n béèrè pé sọ́tẹ̀ lóko ní àgbàdo. Ọlọ́run jẹ́ mi ló kú ìlú. Ní bàbá mi ló parí láéláé. Lórí àgbọn kí àwọn ọmọ nìkan káwọn kí àwọn ọmọ sí ìlú.
Ẹ ṣe kan ni àìrọ́pọ̀ fún yàrá wà nígbà yìí o. Màmá KOIKIMEDIA àgọ́gọ́ nìyẹn o. Ẹ bọ̀ pé bóyá jẹ̀dá ni mo ránṣẹ́. Kí ló kàn ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀? Tí àwọn dúró gbọ̀ngbọ̀n yìí. Wọ́n dúró gbọ̀ngbọ̀n yìí tẹ̀lé máa fi discourage wọ́n tún sọ̀pọ̀tì nìyẹn. Ẹ̀rí wọn bá ní gbogbo ra ẹ̀ wọ́n máa tọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀ sókè. Dr. Saki wà bí kún yàrá wà bí gbogbo wọn wà ẹsẹ̀ gbé láti lọ́nà àkànní máa dárúkọ tán. Èrò pọ̀ àwọn ará Bradford láti méjì náà ti dé. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ṣe travel lọ sí Bradford. But nǹkan tí ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n fẹ́ ṣe láti wà sàṣẹ́mà bẹ̀rẹ̀sà. Ẹ jẹ́ kó ṣe torí ìyẹn gan ó important. Wọ́n máa ṣó ẹ̀ fún wa lórí screen. Wọ́n bá ti ṣe tán ará Bradford group. A máa lọ́ọ̀nù ní ẹ̀dẹ̀ máa lọ. Ẹ ṣe.
Wípé ọgbọ́n tí máa sọ òní mo máa ń sọ lọ́sùn torí pé mo ti kọ́ sílẹ̀ lórí ìwé ẹ̀jẹ̀ mẹ́tò. So the case for Yoruba sovereign nation also torí pé àtúntò wà ti lọ. So we will need go through everything. I'll just go through some key words. One of the key words is the last article. So please, if you see me rushing through, because I just want to concentrate on it because of the time. So the case for Yoruba sovereign nation, this was the content I started with. Because of time, I'm going to point out some of them. So the first point is that Nigeria is in rapid decline and is pending to become a failed nation. Well, yes. There is the continuous use of law. In the 1960s, during the First Republic, there's not laws were used and we don't need the law. We know that NPC laws, Nigerian People's Congress, right? At the time of elections, it was something else. But the first time I saw an helicopter was in 1960 when Awo came to Doroa, where I was born, to campaign. But of course, there was always constant mockery, especially by the NPC against any non-government political party. Just at that time was the main avenue or the main headquarters for Action Group at the time. Anyway, there is continuous use of thugs, and Boko Haram being the primary one, at least it was the first in the way to be created. And they had a mission, and number one, they wanted to purify Islam, and that purification will involve annihilating the Shia Islam in Nigeria, and then after that to take over the Nigerian government. So that's what we've been battling with for the past 15 years or so. And of course, we are all aware of the importation of terrorists to Nigeria. I mean, these are things that are in the open, they are doing it in the open. Because Nigerian newspapers, when they turn something in the cartoon, this has become a generally known information. So, I think this was for the Punch. That he says he was imported from neighboring countries for 2015 elections. Incredible. That there may be a country where people can import terrorists. How didn't do that when they sent him to prison? But the people who did this, they are working freely. And is that terrorism that we are suffering from today? Of course, they added more to it. And of course, they imported more terrorists. December 2019, the head of state, the president then made a speech in Egypt that any African can come to Nigeria, they don't need to get a visa before they come. That they can get a visa at the entry point. But of course, we know it's a lie. But just a code word for the Fulanis from all over Africa to come into Nigeria. In fact, I saw one video where they were coming in a long line of them. They were coming in from the northern borders. They were speaking in Hausa. Hey, who are these? Where are they coming from? Where are they going? Because that the answers themselves finally are beginning to wake up to claim their ancestral heritage. Because the strategy has been to keep the Hausas from going to school and just use Islam to tell them that look, it's Allah school for you to be a merchant, and thereby deprive them of any ambition, no political ambition, no ambition to go into business, no ambition to go into the military, whatsoever. It's only Fulanis who are targeted in that way. But then they then use their votes for elections. Sorry, I'm just rushing through. But there are a few that I will concentrate on the way. Yes, this one is a bit important. Because I said, Dangote is sponsoring terrorism with impunity. It has been reported that his aim is to get the terrorists to capture Lagos. I mean, I saw a photograph 2 years ago where some of the Yoruba elite were in a party and they were sitting down together with Dangote, and I was saying, you know who you are sitting down with?
Right. The so-called Buhari speech on 10th December 2019 was a blatant invitation to panic terrorists to fall to Nigeria. The House and Senate did nothing then, and of course, they left without anything being done. The 6-week ultimatum issued in July 2022 that have now given the presidency that they gave the presidency on insecurity, it was a waste of time. It's just so that nobody will say they didn't say anything or do anything about it. The other nationality movement, we know they tried to kill Governor Otom. And Otom said, what was his fault? His fault was passing the open grazing law. Because of that, they tried to assassinate him because it was a block to their plan. The agenda is for Plateau, Kaduna State, Kaduna State, and various states. They really want to take over those states. In Manchester here, we've got Nigerian Diaspora group, and we meet to pray for Nigeria once a month in Manchester, and then the first Monday of every month internationally. In other words, Nigerians from other parts of the UK and the world join us in those prayers. Anyway, the brother who is the chairman of the group is from Bokos, local government area, which is in the southern part of Plateau State. 2 years ago, when he went home, he happened by chance to meet a Fulani woman in Jos who went there to sell nono. So he got chatting with her. And then the woman told her that she had come from Bokos, it's about 50 miles to the south of Jos. That's where the family lives there. And then he was telling him that look, that area is very good for their cattle. And they are determined to take it. That is the area now in Plateau State where a lot of terrorism is going on. And when I say terrorism, they are killing people in their houses. They are burning people in their houses. This unfortunately has been going on in Plateau State for about 20 years now. But just now, when Buhari became president, really a very high percentage. And now I'm sure some of you might have seen these statements that the Fulani nationality movement made. Now, the significant one that I'm going to, because as I said, because of the time, the significant one that I'm going to call attention to is this 4-1. We want the Nigerian government not to make the mistake of arresting any Fulani leader or person. Never again. We are watching the actions of the government in relation to the explosion in Igboho. I'm going to come back to that later. So, just that one point I want to take out from their statement. Rise in terrorism, well, we are all witnesses to what has been happening. I mean, if anybody says this kind of thing will happen in the 1970s, I mean, you will look to be like, what are you talking about? You know, it's as if we are living in a totally different world. Right. But anyhow, now, this is an important one which I hope we remember that the retired Naval Commodore Oluwole in August 2021 gave an interview, a very useful interview on Charles TV. Both him and the two gentlemen that conducted the interview, they were brave to conduct that interview because he exposed what is going on. And one of the key things he said is that they are trying to turn Nigeria into a Taliban type of country, which means that it's only those who have the guns that will rule, which is exactly what is happening in Nigeria now. And that's why people are being killed even inside their own houses without any fight back. There's no other country in the world that happens. Now, the National Intelligence Agency, National Intelligence Agency, they try to silence him, but thank God for those like him who are prepared to say the truth, despite dangers they may face. Why must we continue to be trapped in such a country? He mentioned, he said that I can't come and be naming the name, but that they know the names. The guy said, as having governors, having senators, and officials in the presidency who are sponsoring terrorism. That situation has not changed. Maybe one or two governors have retired or moved to the Senate. The situation is still more or less the same. In Zamfara State, the governor of the state, has himself named one of the members of the state assembly who is sponsoring terrorism in the state. Of course, we know some of the terrible things that happened. The way Samuel killed the cold in Sokoto, David Umo in Lagos, in Lekki, right? Oh, okay, this number 3. The bit of an eye-opener. I immediate elder brother, you were all born in the Plateau State. So he lives in Igboho, just 9 miles south of Jos. So he went to Ogbomoso, hometown, about 2018. He met a Yoruba man who told him that he met the Fulani man living in the Ogbomoso area. And the Fulani man told him that they have empowered them all with AK-47, brand new. To confirm, he went inside his house into his room and brought it out before the Yoruba man. And then he said they have also trained them on how to use them. But he said to his fellow Fulanis that if these things they are doing wise, if the people amongst whom they are living rise up against them, where are they going to run to? That's the reality on ground. And that is why they are having such a field day in Yoruba land. Because they know our people are not armed. In the Middle Belt, in fact, they send security forces to go house to house to go and confiscate anything that people have, whether it's matlers, cutlass, blade guns, bows and arrows. And then weeks after, you have the terrorists coming with AK-47 and they just murder all of them. So they have an agenda to take over Nigeria. Now, what some of our young people don't know is that the Fulanis, they are not Nigerians. We need to emphasize they are not Nigerians. And that is why the settler and concept must not be overturned. Like in Plateau State, the people in Plateau State are really under fire because they want to drive them out. In fact, they want the Fulani Nationality statement. They said any non-indigene of Plateau State to move out. Because they want to face the indigenous. The Plateau State governor came to Manchester 30th of April this year. And I posed a question to him. How will Plateau State regain back its land? Of course, because I was born there, I grew up there, and it makes me sad to see how the towns have been divided. Because, for example, the Yoruba people, largely Ogbomoso people, have but the Hausa strategy, which my brother told me about 15 years ago, is to burn down the Yoruba houses with the expectation that they will not be financially well-to-do to rebuild them. And that strategy has worked. If you go into Google, you can see it. You see a lot of houses that have been burned down. You see the carcass remaining. And in fact, what has then happened is that those houses cannot be sold. About 12 years ago, when my brother sold his own house and told me I want to sell it, I said, that's too small. They said, they thank God that we could sell there, that there are so many Yoruba people that have not been able to sell there. That is Nigeria we have. Yes. So I'm going now to go straight to this Ibadan explosion. Okay. So Ibadan explosion. God demands woman and 2 men. So that's a photograph of the site. That's another photograph of the site. And the court said that they stored explosives and weapons of mass destruction as well as radioactive materials. And what jumps up in my mind is that how did they get those radioactive materials? It's not something you can go to the market to buy. You can't even order it. But the Fulani Nationality statement, one I read earlier, has given an insight that this most nationality movement have done that, bought the explosives, buy, like in the UK, for the universities to buy such materials for their research, there are strict protocols they have to follow. But these are not materials you can just buy order online or send to a group. It has to be people who are registered by the government to do that. Anyhow, so the